They've been staff meetings, position meetings, team meetings. Had a little lunch break today. Had a little ESPN time in there too. Practice. It's been a long day. I told them, I said, we're not done. We got media. We got to eat. Then we got recruiting calls. We got to get everything ready for tomorrow. We still got a lot of work to do. I mean, we're just kind of getting going here in the third quarter. But no, he's been great. I don't know what happened to Tyler. He said, heck with it, he's already gone to eat. Jefferson has hung in here through the end here. What's going on?
Just how did you like, the practice and preparation?
It's been really good. I was just telling the team. I mean, I just appreciate their attitude and the mentality that this group has, and the senior group. This is always a special week, and you can kind of just see it in their eyes. But I like where we are at as a team. I like how these guys are coming together, and it seems like we're starting to really peak at the right time. But the practice has been tremendous. The energy out here has been really good. I think we're a healthy team, which is great going into week 11, especially when you look around the country and some of the injuries that have been out there. We've been very fortunate this year in that regard. But good week of practice, and we're excited about getting back in the Valley one last time with these seniors on Saturday.
Every running back's had some sort of injury during the course of the year. How are Zach, CJ, DJ doing?
Well, CJ is not quite there, which is really unfortunate for him, because I felt like he was getting ready to explode in that Virginia game, and so hate that he's not quite there. He's close, but he's not quite there. But Hot Rod's good, and DJ's good, and Zach has, I think, he's probably as good now as he's been in a while, because he hadn't really been banged on for a couple weeks now. So I think we're in good shape.
You want to see more of a rotation of carries if you can?
It kind of all starts with Hot Rod for us. I mean, he's been the workhorse, the steady guy, and has really played well. I mean, he's had a great yards per carry average all year, and so he's kind of the key guy. But we start there, and then if somebody gets hot from that point, we'll make a change. But we definitely want to be able to have all hands on deck so that we can have a rotation. But the last couple of weeks, we haven't really been very deep at that position. No, he's good. He's good.
I know you want to play ideally 2 or 3 or more quarterbacks on Saturday, but what's going to be his kind of threshold for?
We just, I just don't ever go into the game thinking like that. I mean, that's really those are game time decisions, because what happens if you go out there and you stink it up and it's 6-3 at the halftime and they're all booing us coming off the field. You just can't go into it that way. You got to prepare to be a 4-quarter game every week. I always have great respect for whoever the opponent is, and but if the situation creates itself to where we can get control of a game and we can get other people in there, then we do that, and we've done that all the time. But those are game time type of decisions. Our objective is to go play our best game, and whatever happens, happens. But we want to play great football, Clemson football. We want Taj Boyd to have a great game, and if he plays 4 quarters or 1 quarter, I just want him to play very well, and that's really our mentality going into it.
Defensive tackle Josh Watson has a year of eligibility left, but he graduates in December.
Yeah.
Let you know what his plans are?
Oh, yeah. I talked with Josh. That's something that Josh and I talked about actually back in May, in our exit interview. He really, he was a prep school guy, and he redshirted, and he's graduating in a couple weeks here, and so he's really, I think, more focused on what's next for him. I really wish he would come back. I certainly don't want him to leave, because anytime you got a chance to keep a great player around here, you'd like for him to be here. But he's just ready, I think, from a maturity standpoint to take it to the next level. I think he can play on the next level. I really do. He's probably going to have some type of back surgery when the season's over. It's just been a little nagging injury that he's dealt with. And so I think he wants to really focus on just getting healthy and then seeing what comes next for him. But we love Josh. He's been a tremendous asset for us and great ambassador for us. And I mean, heck, he's coming here and he's graduated, with a whole year left, and he's already got his degree. But those are decisions that everybody has to make along the way. But my objective is for these guys to get that diploma.
When he walked in, will he go down the hill with him?
No, he did not want to be honored as a senior. I certainly would have, because again, graduation is the key to me. But that wasn't something he wanted to do. But he'll be honored at our banquet as a senior, and he'll get all the benefits of a senior as well. But as far as coming down the hill, he didn't want to do that.
Is Carlos Watkins at all going to have a chance to return this year?
Heck no. He could. He really looks good, but not at this point. There's no way I would play him, just because we're going to be able to redshirt him and get a year back. He's missed so much time. So things happen, and when it's all said and done, I think one of the blessings from his situation is he's got an extra year, and I don't ever think that's a bad thing. I think it's always a positive when you can have that option for that 5th year for him and for us.
Does it help that you've got people like Carlos, DJ, probably Grady, and all those guys back at defensive tackle to let Josh move on?
No, I mean, I'm glad we got all those guys, but I don't ever like to lose a good player. But I definitely think it's a position of great depth for us. There's no question. And not only that, but we're going to get Carlos back, as you said. We're going to get Pagano off a red shirt. So we're going to be just fine at that position. We got a great group of young men in there that have a ton of experience, and so that's a positive for us.
Pinion started off the year with a bang, a lot of touchbacks. He has a percentage of half now. What's your take on him?
He's had a great year. He really has. I mean, he's, for a true sophomore to really be getting that first dose of pressure, if you will, as the guy, and not, punting, kicking off. I just think he's had a great year. He really has. He's done a super job, and he's, as you said, he's had a ton of pinning them inside there. I mean, just a lot of them. I mean, he's probably going to get the school record before he leaves here. I don't know what it is.
Punts inside the 20.
For the school record?
To tie it.
To tie the school.
At 22, the record's 24.
And in a career, right?
No, season.
In a season, okay. So he's close. I mean, and I think that's he's got a unique ability to be able to do that, to pin them, and he's got that funky style where he can just throw it up there and get them inside there pretty consistently. But his when we've been backed up, I think he's answered the bell for us, and for the most part, he's done a really good job as a kickoff guy.
Isn't it even more ironic that he hasn't had a touchback yet either, punting the ball?
Yeah. I mean, very. I mean, again,
22-0.
I just think that's a unique ability to. I mean, I've been around a lot of punters, and I haven't really been around one that's as consistent as him, and literally can just drop it in the bucket there.
Can you tell us how these guys got to be coaches for a day?
From the all-in ball,
Gotcha.
back in the spring, we had kind of a coach of the day type of auction, and they were the lucky winners and got to hang out all day, man. It's been great.
Boulware's ejection for the targeting call. I guess you guys were right there along with the penalty and agreeance with it.
Yeah, I mean, per the rule, it's the right call. I mean, it's just hard when you have an offensive guy that's going to the ground, and who's to say that guy's not going to get his hand down and keep going, and so it's hard thing to coach when you're having to go down to hit a guy. But the contact that he made, but he wasn't trying to target the guy or anything like that. It's just where the contact made as he was going to try to finish a guy off who was still up but was very low. So it's a hard one there. But the rule is what it is, and it was definitely the right call per the rule. So he'll hang out in the locker room, and we'll hopefully get him back the second half.
Unlike Breland, he'll have a television you can at least watch.
Yeah.
Breland had no TV.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. How the Steelers